Hello everyone and welcome to the Gooner Factory. So today we'll be talking about Mikel Arteta's press conference. There were some interesting points that he touched on. I've picked out 3 in particular, so I'll give you my thoughts on that. And of course, he was asked about the FA charge being dropped. So I'll let you know what he said and also I'll give you my opinion on it. So let's get into it. So straight away he was asked about the FA charge and a reporter said, "The FA charge that you were cleared of yesterday, do you feel vindicated and do you hope long term there might be something positive to come out of it?" And he said there has to be. It was a really good process, really well run process. It gave the opportunity to them to explain how they felt, myself how I felt as well, and the reason behind it. And okay, the outcome is that I'm not charged, but I think we have to draw a line as well and look for how we can learn from it and move forward. But it was good. I felt a lot of sympathy, to be fair, once I explained as well how we feel some days as managers, the pressure that we're under and how important details are for our job. Because I love what I do so much and I want to continue doing it. But the reality is last year that 40 managers lost their job, which is incredible, and we depend on results. So that's it. So when the outcome at the end is that important, we get really emotional about it because now nobody remembers what happened 3 weeks ago when you lost the game. So I think it was a really good process. So that's Arteta there, as you can tell, being pretty respectful of the process really. And I think he probably does need to be. The only way we're going to change what's currently going on with VAR and the standard of refereeing in this country is by working with them. If you come across as someone who's being abrasive, we know they don't like that and they'll just charge you. The system or structure of how things currently operate definitely need to change. And if the only way that can happen is by working with them, then that's sort of the way it's going to have to happen. And hopefully the people in charge are now starting to realise something does need to happen. It can't keep going on like this where VAR is the main talking point of a match week. So the next question was another one on referees. I sat through the 5 minutes explanation on why Kai Havertz's goal wasn't given, and I come away thinking I might just be more confused than I was before. Are you satisfied because you weren't at the time that they got the outcome right, even if the rule doesn't necessarily seem to be working? And Arteta said handballs, anything that happens in the box has to be clear, and unfortunately today is very difficult to understand what it is because so many things that can happen. But we are in the direction to resolve that. We're all very eager to resolve that in the best possible way, and I'm positive it will happen. So this one for me is a no-brainer really, because week to week, the same handball that was given for a penalty in one game, it gets ignored in the other game. There needs to be one set rule, because the one that Havertz had where it sort of brushed his hand, the most tiny amount possible, it didn't even move the ball at all. It was still going to drop to his feet and he still would have scored. So that kind of scenario where you can't get your hand out the way and it doesn't affect the path of the ball, that's got to be rubbish. Now I understand if it's unintentional, but the ball does move in a different direction, because now you've affected play, you've actually gained an advantage. So that one I would understand. But we can't keep having it where 1 week it's a penalty and the next week it's not. So the next one was, we've seen from your side this season is that when you have, on the rare occasion, lost, you've come back well. 6 wins since that Newcastle defeat. What is it about your side this year that kind of gives you lots of confidence? And Arteta just said, we try. We try to play our best. We love winning. And the team is desperate to do anything that it takes to win games. We showed that against Aston Villa because in my opinion, we were the better team and we deserve to win that game. And we'll try again against Brighton, but they will make life difficult for us for sure. And what he's saying is definitely true. Brighton always play good when they come to the Emirates for some reason. And I don't know why. I mean, we know they're a good team, but for some reason, we really seem to struggle against Brighton at home. The last 3 times we've played them at our place, they've beat us. That is not a good stat. Now, I do think, and of course I hope, that stat ends tomorrow. And I do think it will, only because the previous game we lost against Newcastle, we did bounce back very well. And as it said in the question there, we went on a 6-game winning streak. So we are more than capable of doing that again. And we need to really, because we have some tough games coming up. The next one in particular, Anfield, Liverpool, Klopp. So we really need this result, and I just hope we click in this game, because last season when we played Liverpool, I was confident. Early in the season, I would have been confident, but something's not quite right at Arsenal at the minute. I can't really put my finger on it. And is it just that some of the players aren't playing to their max potential? I don't know. But this is a game to really get things moving. We're playing a good team, and what some would call a bit of a bogey team. We need to get a good win, move into that game with a bit of belief. So the last one was just an update on injuries. Martinelli was confirmed, all good for this game, which is good. But also a bit of positive news on Elneny as well. Arteta said it's not as bad as they originally thought it was. All he said is that it's not too serious. He said Mo will be back with them soon. So that's a massive bonus. At a point where we're so light in midfield and defence, having another squad player out would have been bad news. Even though he doesn't get all that many minutes, you still need players on the bench available so that when they're called upon, they're ready. So that's good news. So that was it from the press conference. I'll talk a bit more about the game in tomorrow's video, but I've already said my score prediction in the previous video. I'm going with a 2-1 win for Arsenal, but it could be more, depending if we click. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks so much to everyone for watching and listening. If you could, before you go, hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.